We'll go ahead and call this the regular city council meeting to order. And tonight's invocation, we have Pastor Ken Manning from the Taylorville Christian Church.
Let's bow our heads, please. Lord, we thank you for your love and your mercy and for all the things that you've given us, and especially for the freedoms that we have in our country that we enjoy. I want to thank you for these men here tonight, these women who lead our city. I ask that you please give them wisdom and guidance, Lord, and help them to make the right decisions, that the decisions they make will honor you and will be best for all of our people. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Larry Bud. Tom Burrow.
Here.
Eddie
Here.
Buck Heatherly. Bruce Jones.
Here.
Jim Oliver.
Here.
Mike Boda.
Here.
Earl Walters.
Here. Same Alderman present and one absent. First thing we have is the motion to utilize the omnibus vote. So moved. For approval of the minutes of the previous meetings and public hearings listed on tonight's agenda under title omnibus vote designation. Okay, motion by Alderman Dorchness and Alderman Jones. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Tom Burrow.
Yes.
Eddie Buck
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Mike Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, the minutes we'll be approving will be the minutes of the regular meeting held March 20th, 2017. Minutes of the Cemetery Board of Managers meeting held March 21st, 2017. Minutes of the Street and Sewer Committee meeting held March 23rd, 2017. And minutes of the Public Facilities Committee meeting held March 23rd, 2017. I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So.
Bertle. Second by Alderman Walters. Discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Marty Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Mike Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Tom Burrow.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, next we have a resolution. This will be the intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the city of Taylorville and the Southport Sanitary District in regards to borrowed equipment.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Okay, second on that. Second. Alderman Olive, discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Mike Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Tom Burrow.
Yes.
Marty Dorchenez.
Yes. That motion passes
Mayor
7-0.
votes on that.
Mayor votes yes. Motion passes 8-0. Next, we have another resolution, intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the city of Taylorville and the village of Toby in regards to borrowed equipment.
Same motion as previous, Your Honor.
Yes? Second. Okay. Discussion or comment? Roll call.
Same mayor votes.
Same mayor votes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Tom Burrow.
Yes.
Eddie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Mayor Brothers.
Yes. Motion passes 8-0. Okay, the next resolution, I think I'll hold for Street and Sewer Committee minutes, and same thing with the next ordinance. We'll go down to the ordinance to amend the city code, section 3-3-5 of the liquor section.
Make that motion, Your Honor.
Jones?
Second.
Second Alderman Voda. Discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Tom Burrow.
Yes.
Larry Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Next, we have an ordinance authorizing the sale of an item of personal property owned by the city of Taylorville, this being a truckload of metal junk and scrap metal. Entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor, with a comment.
Walters, second by Alderman Voda. Go ahead and give your comment, Alderman Walters.
Your Honor, we're doing this to help the American Legion and the veterans out by okaying this motion here. This will allow us to whatever amount of money we get for that, it'll allow us to be able to give that to the veterans.
Anyone else? Roll call. Roll call, please.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Tom Burrow.
Yes.
Larry Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Next, we have a motion to bid and advertise.
You vote on that one, too.
I vote yes.
Whatever it says corporate authority, you vote.
Motion to bid and or advertise an office level 1 position in the water collection department.
I'd like to make a motion to table that.
Alderman Bertle.
I'll second it.
Okay, second by Alderman Bud. Roll call.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
No.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Voda.
No.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Motion to table passes 5-2. That's tabled. Motion to bid or advertise a full-time police dispatcher and approval to bid and or advertise for a part-time police dispatcher pending the 30-day qualifying period of a recent bid award. Alderman Bertle. Second?
Second.
Alderman Bud. Discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Next, we have a motion to accept the quote from Nikes Floor Covering in the amount of $2,187.91 for carpet and installation for the police telecommunication renovation. Bertle, the second. Alderman Olive, discussion or comment?
One question.
Go ahead.
I was looking in the minutes, was this a bid job, or this just, did,
No, this was discussed during the bid proceeding, and they had such a hard time of getting anything, and as part of it, I did check with the chief that he does have money in his budget to cover this. Maybe just a late item to come in on that bid project for the dispatcher.
okay,
And
Thank you.
It's anti-static carpet so that,
Yes.
all
Yeah.
electronics down there don't get fried.
well, and that's one of the things that I looked at the carpet and everything on there to make sure with the electronics in there that the static is the worst thing that you can have for radio phone.
Right, anyone else? Roll call, please.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Motion passes 7-0. Brings us to city attorney updates.
Four matters, gentlemen. The first of which, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we will have the closing of the exchange agreement with the West Main Street Realty Corporation and the First National Bank. The mayor and the city clerk, I'm asking you to attend that to sign the documents. We're still tweaking a little bit the easement agreement that we're asking the West Main to sign upon the vacating of the alleyway that's on the property, the lots that you're exchanging with them. I should hear from them in the morning. You've seen emails go back and forth with the language on it. I talked with Dick Wiseman also to get his input as to how we should word that. Secondly is that you've been getting a series of emails from me on the FOIA appeal
Yes.
with the Attorney General PAC office with the sanitary district. And you've seen that they've asked for more information, and I've been furnishing that and our response. And I think hopefully we'll get a favorable response from them in the near future, but we haven't gotten anything official at this time. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is that by statute, and I've got the statute here with me this evening, every 6 months, you folks review closed session minutes and decide whether or not they should be open or remain closed and so forth. What the state statute allows the city clerk to do upon adoption of a resolution by you folks would allow old minutes that are, when we say old, the statute defines as anything over 18 months that can be destroyed, the tape recording and the actual minutes themselves. And I would suggest just to clean up and do what the statute requires, that perhaps by next month I bring back such a resolution for your consideration to destroy old minutes that no longer are relevant or material, and they're over 18 months old. Any questions about that? Okay. The other thing is that on the possible sale of your Gagney building, I'll talk with Mr. Budd, and if I understand his thoughts on how we might go about this, by statute, once you appraise the property, and I assume you have appraised this particular piece that we're talking to be sold, we can do this simply by a resolution that would authorize the mayor to sell the property. The actual appraisal would be available for public inspection. The resolution would direct how the sale would be handled. You could do it by a private sale or by public auction. Or if you simply knew the number in mind that you wanted to get for the piece of property, You would publish that in the paper and give the details of the proposal. You would have a form contract that the prospective purchaser would buy. And then whoever, you have a date as to when bids would be accepted by you. And then you would be allowed to accept any contract proposal by a 2/3 vote of all of you, including the mayor, and it must get at least 80% of the purchase price. But like I said, you could dictate, say, minimum price is gonna be a appraised price, or however you wanna do that. So if that's the direction you wanna take, at your next meeting, you need to kind of direct me how you want me to, I can draw up that resolution, so. Any questions about that procedure?
Yes, we also want to do that with the Ed Bogster Auto Parts store also, next door to it.
You can do the same thing with that,
So
same.
we want to include that also.
That's the simplest way if you want to sell. You cannot guarantee anybody, a particular piece of public property. Unless you go through a public auction or you enter into an exchange agreement like we did with West Main Central Realty. Otherwise, it's open to the public, is whether you're gonna bid it, public auction, or here's my price, you buy it.
So, Your Honor, we should have the city attorney prepare papers for both buildings and then include both of them, because we have the appraisal on both buildings.
Sure, I think probably, I would suggest we go to the finance committee once again with the recommendations of the city attorney and get firm in our mind what we want to do on both pieces of property.
Sure.
We might want to take different avenues, depending on the smaller building, we might, want to sell here locally. The larger building, we might consider, we might get more bang for our buck if we advertise that statewide, and see if someone wants to come and get that.
I have someone that's interested in the Ed Bogster building.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, we can't entertain a motion tonight to direct it a certain way. I'm just kind of responding to Mr. Budd's question, but if the next finance committee decide how they want to do it, I could have it prepared, thinking it was going to be adopted. So council, if you want to do that.
We'll do that, that's fine.
And the last thing I was gonna talk about, we're gonna discuss in quite some detail this evening through the closed session, that we're gonna have in the meeting. And, in that closed session, it's gonna be involving that litigation that the city has been, made a party defendant. And your insurance carrier, Travers, has assigned the defense of this case to an attorney that we're gonna talk to in closed session, by phone. And you've been given, his written recommendations as to his analysis of the particular lawsuit and that of your insurance carrier. And we're going to be discussing tonight those topics and the proposed settlement negotiations and the strategy to go forward with that. So, any questions?
Any other questions for the city attorney? One, but
American Tower.
We've heard nothing except that there was a check that came in from American Tower, and at my suggestion, I asked the city clerk not to cash that check. And so, we'll need to go back and send them a letter and say, we need to discuss new lease terms.
And do I need to bring that up then at the next finance?
I will do that. When is that actual date of the next finance?
The 20th.
April 20th? Maybe I can put together a letter for you guys to think about. Okay, anything else?
right. On the merits.
Mr. Burrow has nothing?
No.
Sure.
Quiet tonight.
Okay.
Alderman Heberlin is gone tonight, and for those not aware, his mother passed away, and, he had a funeral today, so that is why he's gone. Tomorrow is election day, and I want to commend all the candidates who are running for the various offices for their willingness to step up and serve the residents of the city. The winners will be declared tomorrow, but in my opinion, there are no losers in this process. By running for office, you force the public to take a closer look at what kind of city they want and force them to take some ownership in its management. Because of that, we all win. So good luck to all of you tomorrow. Let's move on to committee reports. Discussions and or motions to approve, adopt, and deny, and or table, and or amend, and or refer to an appropriate committee in whole or in part the matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Start with cemetery.
Three motions came out of that committee meeting, First one was a motion to accept the estimate from Longwoods Tree Service for the removal of a tree for $1,000. The cemetery will remove this dump. I'd like to make that one formal motion.
Okay, give a second on that. Second by Alderman Olive. Discussion and comment. Roll call, please.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Mark Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes. Motion passes 7-0.
Next motion was to accept the estimate from Sloan Implement, $7,500 for the 2007 JD X750 with 48-inch deck, which includes a trade-in of the JD 2011 mower of $2,375, with the payment to come from the Perpetual Care interest account. I think that's all.
A second?
Say with a comment.
So Alderman Voda, go ahead with your comment.
Just curious, Bill, do you have any idea how much money we have in the way of interest accrued that we can utilize for these types of purchases?
Last time I looked, I believe, me and Jackie talked about it. I think we have about 80-some thousand.
On interest alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
City Attorney, do you have a
I was
comment?
gonna say, you actually, keep in mind, when you buy property, you have to go by an ordinance, so your motions is directly prepare an ordinance for your
Yeah, what's that?
consideration, approval. I thought that's what you had said, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm pretty
speak
sure.
up. April 17th, we'll have the report.
Just to verify, you will amend your.
Yes.
I
I didn't say
He
all.
apparently didn't hear you. Alderman Voda, you'll amend your
I
second.
certainly will.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Kim Mullin.
Yes.
Martin Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
No.
Motion passes 6-1.
Last motion was to refer the FY 2017-2018 cemetery budget to the Finance Committee.
Second on that. Alderman Bud, discussion or comment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Moving on to Street and Sewer Committee.
Your Honor, before I proceed, I'd like to ask my fellow aldermen for a favor this evening. There's 13 motions there. I'd like to see if they're agreeable to the omnibus vote designation for those. And if you're not, I can read every single one, but that's fine.
I'll make the motion.
Well, let me ask you, you pull one of them out.
Which one?
No, we didn't.
I'm asking if you do. Because of the one about waiving the bidding process and that, and looking at the minutes, it looked like you were looking at a bank loan for that. That's the same process we've done the last couple of
Right.
times, it's gonna take an ordinance, and I don't know if that interest rate was tax exempt, so we have to go that route, to take an ordinance. Have you guys made that decision yet? That rate that was quoted by US Bank, was that a tax exempt rate?
I'd have to ask Superintendent Wiseman, I'm not sure of that. So I think Jackie.
I believe it was.
So if it is, so we need to do just like what we did last meeting,
Okay.
and put that paperwork together.
All right.
So we also had an ordinance and a resolution where we're carrying over to vote with these.
Right.
It might be easier, I understand what you're trying to do here, and I'm on board with speeding things up, but it might make more sense to go item by item.
Yeah.
just to-
I don't have a problem with that. I just thought I'd ask because I'm also in favor, as you know, Your Honor, at the start of the meetings, we don't need to have to go through all these motions. We could have the omnibus designation at the start of the meetings and get this done with.
How about the first date?
We want,
You want to do the first date?
Hey, it's a compromise, that's better than nothing.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, you're right.
Those are easy.
We'll still have to do the resolutions after we do the motions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
I will mark up the first eight.
Okay, so I've got a motion to use the omnibus vote for the first 8 items. And that motion is by Alderman Walters, second by Alderman Bertle.
Yes.
Well, a motion was by.
I made the motion.
Okay, there's Dorchenez, second by Alderman Bertle. All right. Okay, roll call, I guess, for that.
Martin Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yeah.
Jim Mullin.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. So the first motion I want to make is the motion to waive the bidding process and to allow Superintendent Wiseman to purchase one 2017 International truck from Rice Trucks at state bid price and to purchase the truck bed, hydraulics, and kits from Carlinville Trucking at a combined cost not to exceed $116,000.
And to direct the city attorney to prepare the necessary ordinance and
Yes.
paperwork to accomplish that transaction.
I sure do. That's my motion.
Okay, got a motion by Alderman Walters, second.
I have a question on the last one. Mr. Romano, should we made a motion and took a vote on just the omnibus vote? Shouldn't it, so we?
Now you take a motion, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
So
That's
make
why
a-
you're a senior alderman, you caught that.
I'll make a motion.
So we'll back off on this current ordinance and go back to the 8 items that we intend to use on this vote for.
Is this supposed to speed things up or
Yeah.
slow things down? I'm sure what we're trying to accomplish here.
Okay.
Pay attention to me.
He was actually right.
So I need someone to make a motion, that's
So
Alderman
moved.
Dorchenez. And a second,
Second,
Alderman Bertle.
need for speed, I'll make the second.
Discussion or comment? Roll call.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Mark Voda.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, now we're back to motion that Alderman Walters had made regarding the truck. I have a motion by him, and I'm waiting for a second. You want to say
Second.
Second, Alderman Dorchenez. Discussion or comment? Alderman Bud.
Comment. Do we have to take this through bond council too?
If you're gonna do a tax exempt, yes. So that's why I asked the question, because you gotta compare what the bank would charge you of the tax exempt interest versus just a taxable interest. And then you compare what the bond council charges you to give his opinions to make that a valid transaction. So it makes sense when you got a high dollar purchase. I don't know what the numbers are gonna come out with a $116,000 purchase.
Well, for example, on the skid steer, which it's in the bill tonight, but for Hart Southward, for the skid steer, it's $1,125.
Okay?
Plus your attorney fees that, working with him on this for the bond.
Which were less than his, because he charges a lot more money per hour.
But when you add those together, we're talking about quite a bit of money.
You are.
You know, and if you could get, which I don't know, but if you could get a cheaper interest, I mean, a different interest rate to where you don't have to go through that,
Correct.
then you could save possibly some money.
That's my point. So you need to maybe ask the US Bank, you're gonna charge me, what's the interest rate they put in, that's what the minute said.
I don't have it with me either. Exactly.
It's like one,
And
It
it's
was 2.75.
2.75, so what would the rate be if you didn't have a tax exempt? That's the question you gotta ask. It was gonna be 4.5.
could be 2% spread.
So if it's a 2% spread, that's $2,000 on $116,000 the first year. So, okay, just do the math, and Mr. Jones is good at that. You can figure that out real quick.
My next comment is, you know, I'm not against equipment, but we've got several loans out there that we've got money borrowed for several different items. Somewhere along the line, we've got to try to get some of these paid off before we keep putting ourselves farther in debt. You know, we've got for the skid steer, we've got for the radio equipment for the police and fire. You know, you've got all the police cars that we've got out there. You know, we've got a ton of money sitting out there, and we just keep wanting to borrow more. At some time, we got to start saying no, so we get some of these other loans paid off. And bringing this up tonight, to me, should have been held off till the next city council meeting. If this school referendum doesn't pass tomorrow night, we need to really start looking at our dollar signs.
Are you making a motion to table?
Yes, I will, yes, because I think we need to hold off to see where we are, plus, again, we're getting ourselves out there in a lot of loans, guys.
Motion to table by Alderman Bud, is there a second by Alderman Jones. Roll call on motion to table.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
No.
Bernie Dorchenez.
No.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yeah.
Martin Voda.
No.
Earl Walters.
No.
Okay, so the motion fails, 3 in favor, 4 against. So we still have the original motion.
I got a comment.
Any more comments, Alderman Bertle?
Well, I mean, I don't want that to reflect that I'm not interested in what Larry's got to say here, because if he's making a good point. But maybe at the next finance committee meeting, we can get the treasurer to give us a report on how many loans we got outstanding, because he is correct, we do have several out, and I'm not saying that we're overextended by any means, but I don't know where we're at as far as the term goes on those loans, if we're on our last couple payments on a certain one or not, so I think it's something we need to look into.
I definitely think it's something worth looking into. It's one of those things that got 2 sides to it, like everything does. If you hold off, all your equipment continues to get used and gets older, And now you got more liability, but you have to buy all at once. We've tried this over the years with the police cars, saying, well, let's hold off on them for a while. And all of a sudden, now you gotta buy 6 at a time. Yes.
Our revenues are down, gentlemen. We've got to start looking at what our dollar signs are. Somewhere along the line, we're gonna have to pay the fiddler. And if we continue, we're not gonna have the funds to pay the fiddler.
In defense of what Mr. Bud is saying, the proposed budget that is going to be reviewed at the next finance meeting for streets and sewers, just equipment alone, we're looking at $529,000 between the streets and sewers. I mean, for a lot of equipment. And I mean, maybe it's not right to say it, but I'm going to say it, is when you drive through the streets of Taylorville, we've got some of the nicest looking fleet vehicles for the city in any municipality in central Illinois. And we've got the worst streets. So the money, if it's justified and needed, I don't have a problem with it. But just to be spending it because I have it in the budget or I want it is not the way we should be going. And I think Larry's onto something there, that we need to monitor what we're doing on it. When Rocky Moore was in that seat over there with Mr. Alzak, he had a list of vehicles produced of what we have on hand, what we actually have right now. There's 3 pages here, gentlemen. Maybe 4? Yeah, 4 pages of vehicles. And I'm sure Larry's looked at this several times, just like I have. It's at what point do you say we've got enough vehicles? Let's figure out which ones we really need. And I think that's what we really need to look at is how to invest in our fleet and do it properly.
Anyone else before you have roll call? All right, roll call, please.
Sean Bertle.
We talked so much, I forgot where we're at.
We had the motion to go ahead and waive the bidding process and allow Superintendent Weissman to purchase one 2017 International truck from Rush Trucks at the state bid price.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
No.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
No.
Motion passes 5-2. All right, so what's next? Mr. Walters?
I'll go ahead and proceed reading the rest of those motions in, Your Honor.
Okay.
Motion to proceed with installing a motion injection solar battery powered light at the Welcome Taylorville sign located on Route 29 by Trinity Dodge with Adam Boats of Computer Techniques doing the light and the installation.
The second on that one?
Second.
Should be an easy one. Using somebody else's money. Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Sure.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
I'm gonna abstain.
Motion passes 6 in favor with 1 abstention.
Make a motion to forward to the city attorney to amend the intergovernmental agreements to state upon approval of the mayor rather than the full council.
Can I get a second?
Second.
From Jones, discussion or comment?
And when I write this, it's the approval of the mayor not only to allow the equipment to be used, but whatever charges you may
Right.
choose to charge that entity using it.
Sure. That would be appropriate.
Okay.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Next motion I'll make is to approve pay request number 3 from Petersburg Plumbing and Excavating LLC in the amount of $276,465.56 for the Northeastern 38 Sanitary Sewer Phase 1 project and to forward to the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency for fund disbursement and approve payment of same pending receipt of the disbursement from the IEPA. This condition upon receipt of signed partial mechanics liens waivers in this amount.
Okay, the second on that. Alderman Bud. Discussion or comment?
I assume, City Clerk, that the certified payroll has been submitted to you, folks, so we're good with that.
Roll call, please.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
The last motion before we get then back to the trash dumpster and also the changing the name of the street. Motion to approve pay request number 3 from Petersburg Plumbing and Excavating LLC in the amount of $252,519.43 for the Phase 5 storm sewer project and to forward to the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency for fund disbursement and approve payment of same pending receipt of the disbursement from the IEPA is conditioned upon the receipt of signed partial and claim waivers in this amount.
Second, Your Honor, comment.
Second by Alderman Bogan, go ahead with your comment.
Is this the final pay request on this project?
No,
Okay. Do you know how many more we need?
no, I sure don't, I don't have.
All right. I don't have a problem with that, just, thank you.
Alderman Bud.
Today, Jackie showed me, we do have the checks for pay requests too, for both 30 and 5. So we did get those today.
And I might make a comment, John, they're proceeding with the projects, both of they're ahead of schedule. And also, if you didn't catch it in the local newspaper, that they should be barricading, blocking off, what we call Webster Street. And they'll have to use the 1600, I think it is 1600 North Road to get around that. And that'll be possibly closed partially to the public for at least 2 weeks.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, and you want to do the price under again?
Yeah, we can do that. Yep.
I'll make a motion that we adopt a resolution for the price transfer agreement whereby we are approving increase in pay from $8.25 an hour to $8.50 an hour.
Do a second on that?
Yes, sir.
Second. Alderman Bertle, discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Ron Kimberly. Sorry. Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Now the change name of
All right, ordinance changing its street name and amending section 6431 and 6438 of Taylorville City Code regarding Lee North Drive to Lincoln Land Way and parking restrictions on said street. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the changes as presented.
second by Alderman Dorchenez. Discussion or comment? Anyone like to say anything?
Is this this is the ordinance for Lincoln Landway?
Yes.
I did do a little research on naming rights for things such as streets, domes, sporting events. You know, it's like, it's $4 million a year for the Edward Jones Dome to be named that. I just wondered if you had anything in the bank.
What? Don't. 4 million seems a little.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Could he audit one of your classes?
Yes.
There you go, Bruce.
He can come on audit whatever class he'd like to come in and audit. We'd be happy to have him.
Anyone else?
How about some pitted things?
Uh-huh.
Roll call, please.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thanks for your hard work.
All right, is that it for?
Yes, that
Walters?
should do it for this evening, Your Honor.
Public Facilities Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. This was, I have a motion to allow Worm Security to proceed with it as proposal B. This is to put cameras in the front lobby, with motion, so you can check on the monitor, and we will have to have the monitor, for the amount of $2,350, and this includes the installation, but this is not to happen until the next budget year, just getting it put in line, top of the list. I'd like to put that in form of motion.
Get a second?
Second.
Alderman Bud, discussion or comment?
Just a question.
Alderman Lowe.
I don't say chief here, but is this something that could have been incorporated into the security system that you do right now? Just cameras and we have additional channels?
Sure, and I think Worms did check that out, and there, I think there was a problem, hiccup with that.
Well, I didn't hear the question.
Hook onto the police department's monitoring
Their
system.
security system.
For viewing purposes, I think that, we didn't want it down there. That is a option that we could use, but we thought it would be better served for what it's going to be used for, to kind of be a proprietary type deal.
I'm just curious as to what the cost would have been, because I know the system they have is a Class A system.
But I guess if we do that, we're tying up their system for them too, for future use also. So it's kind of a, 6 one, half dozen the other, whichever way you go.
And these cameras are the same type that were put out in the lake.
Yes, they are high definition cameras, so,
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
yes.
Mark Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, now we have a motion to approve and ratify payment of bills in the amount of $227,930.51. Bud? Second by Alderman Bertle. Go ahead, Alderman Bud.
Insurance, $117,663.88. Healthcare tax, $1,541.52. Illinois public risk for workers' comp made, $23,218. Total insurance is $142,423.40. Electric, $11,926.60. Telephone, $1,582. Garbage, $2,038. Big R, Ron's and Walmart, $1,077.88. U.S. postage, $1,000. Hart Southward for legal service on the new skid steer, $1,125. Meyer Austin Romano, $6,000. Pettis for sidewalks and curbs, $5,569.90. PBI, $1,201.23. AAA asbestos for the municipal building, $1,985. Blakely Heating and Cooling for a face wash sink at the cemetery, $2,163.51. Rock 29 Customs for stickers and outlets, $1,527.37. Paint of limestone, $2,901.30. Midwest Meter for supplies, $1,105.80. Uniforms for police and fire, $1,608.42. The Police Department, Southwestern Illinois Police Academy, $1,190. Fire Department for all the training, $1,976.01. Street Department, Bluebell Garage for equipment repairs, $1,194.74. Water Department, all four for $1,293.96. Chemicals, $6,848. Airport for Aero Energy for jet fuel, $15,398.77. And these total $213,236.89.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments regarding the bills? Roll call, please.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Mark Voda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, per subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120/2.06, this portion of the city council meeting is reserved for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. Anyone would like to address the council? Just a reminder, after this part, we will go into closed session. So this will be at the end of the open session portion of the meeting. Comments? Alderman Bud.
I've said this at every city council meeting since we've had the cleanup. The guys did an awesome job. We did 20 dumpsters down there. And if any of you would have been down there, you will see the trash that was hauled in. And I want to thank all of them, including the street and sewer employees, Billy, Bruce, Mr. Olive, all of them that came down and helped make that. Mr. Jones, he was our greeter. If you were there, you would have seen a lot of trash come in from these yards and garages. It was very positive.
Anyone else? All right, I think I'll go ahead and ask for a motion to go into closed session, and we'll take a few minutes and let the crowd.
Make that motion.
Alderman Jones?
You need to read the motion, if you would, please.
Okay, motion to go into closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2.2C11 to discuss the pending litigation between Rhonda and Ricky Andre versus William Sterling and the city of Taylorville. Case number 17-L-4, Circuit Court, 4th Judicial Circuit, Taylorville, Illinois, and any and all subject matters regarding thereto, including but not limited to subject matters related to investigation, attorney-client reports, consultant reports, discovery, settlement negotiation, offers, issues, and strategy, and to include the following persons to be present during all or part of such closed session: being the mayor, the alderman, city clerk, city treasurer, city attorney. We may contact Attorney John Langfeller by phone. And is there anyone else we need to have?
And just, and such other persons or persons as you, the mayor, may decide,
Right.
either now or during the closed session.
I'm saying. And so we have a motion by Alderman Jones. We get a second on that?
Alderman Voda.
Alderman Voda. Quit changing seats. Okay. All right, and a second?
Second, Your Honor.
Alderman Walters, discussion or comment? Roll call, please.
Bruce Jones.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Martin Boda.
Yes.
Earl Walters.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Need to note the time.
The time is 7:41 PM. We'll call this open session back into order, and we need a roll call.
Larry Bud.
Here.
Sean Bertle.
Still here.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Here.
Bruce Jones.
Here.
Jim Olive.
Here.
Martin Boda.
Here.
Earl Walters.
Here.
All 7 aldermen are still here. Okay.
Nobody snuck out.
Any motions or anything in open session? Do we need to make a motion? City Attorney, do you think we need to make a motion?
I think he is.
Yeah, the open session, which started at
I can see a
8:44.
liability there.
You have put a time in that you want to know.
Yeah, 8:44. Okay, and so unless you think, or recommending we need a motion, looks like we don't need one.
I don't think you need any motion.
Okay,
We'll
so
just
with no
wait to hear
additional
from-
items to discuss, I entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting. Alderman Bertle,
Second.
second by Alderman Olive. Discussion or comment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Meeting adjourns 8:45 PM.